Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rana Education Wala and I'm a foundation level student at the school Ranskun Munawar campus. And today I will be having an AI session with the AI Maya on the topic Sorry Not Sorry, how this modern phrase evolved. So without wasting time, let's start.
Hey, Rayhan. Good to hear from you. What's going on today?
Hello Maya,
Hey there. How's your day going?
great. So actually I am here today to ask you a few questions on the topic Sorry Not Sorry, how did this modern phrase evolve?
Huh. Sorry, not sorry. I love that one. It's basically the modern way of saying I'm being genuine about not regretting this, right? The interesting part is that it's actually pretty old. People used variations way back in the 1800s, but
Well,
it really blew up online around 2013 with memes and stuff.
okay.
I think social media just gave it this perfect platform to become, well, a whole vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
What got you thinking about?
My first question is how did sorry not sorry become popular in modern language?
It's a weird one, honestly. It really took off when Chrissy Teigen used it in a tweet back in 2013, and then it got this huge boost with Taylor Swift's Look What You Made Me Do in 2017. Everyone was obsessed with that lyric. But I think part of what makes it work is that it flips the normal I'm sorry on its head. Like, normally you apologize for something, right? But this is like, no, I'm not actually sorry. And I want you to know it. A little rebellious attitude wrapped in politeness.
That's great. And my next question is what does the phrase actually mean and why is it used?
Basically, it's about refusing to apologize for something you're not really sorry for and owning that decision. There's this whole performance to it, too, though, being very upfront about being unapologetic. People use it when they're being a little bit mischievous or doing something they know might annoy someone, but they don't actually regret it. It's a way to be cheeky while still acknowledging you might have caused some trouble, but not really caring.
Okay, great. And do you know where did this phrase actually originally come from?
That's a good question. Let me think about that. Okay, so it seems to be kind of murky where it actually started, but it definitely gained traction around the early 2000s and became really popular with social media taking off in the 2010s. There was an instance of someone using it back in 2001. So it's been floating around for a while. It's always been that sarcastic way of saying, I don't actually regret this, but it got this whole life of its own when it hit Twitter, especially. Artists like Demi Lovato even used it in songs. Pretty much a way to be unapologetically you, even if it rubs some people the wrong way.
Hmm. Okay, great. And my next question is how is sorry not sorry different from a genuine apology?
Massively different, honestly. A genuine apology is you acknowledging you messed up and feeling bad about it, remorse, taking responsibility, that whole deal. Sorry, not sorry completely skips that. It's basically saying, yeah, I did that thing and I don't regret it. Deal with it. One shows empathy and regret, the other doesn't. It's almost the opposite of accountability in a way.
Yeah. Shocking how just two phrases that are sound similar have a lot of difference in meaning.
Yeah, it's actually pretty wild how something that sounds so close to sorry can be so completely different in meaning. The
Yeah.
shift from genuine regret to, well, the opposite of regret. It's such a tiny change that carries a completely different vibe.
Okay, great. And you know how you mentioned that social media helped this like phrase to become more popular? Can you tell me the exact role social media played in spreading this phrase?
Hmm. Let me check that for you real quick. So, it looks like social media was massive in spreading it, especially Twitter back in the early 2010s. It just gave people a perfect space to share this kind of bold slightly rebellious attitude. It's been used for everything from making funny, unapologetic statements to sharing unpopular opinions. And now even brands are getting in on it as a marketing trend. Like brands will apologize for making such amazing products. It actually
Okay.
started in the Philippines and spread globally recently.
Mhm.
Social media just made it easy to spread and created that whole culture around owning your choices without being totally sorry about it.
Okay, great.
No
And
problem at all.
yeah,
You had some good questions. That was a surprisingly interesting dive into the world
mm,
of internet phrases.
yeah.
Anything
Okay,
else on
my
your mind
next
today?
question is, in what situations do people usually use sorry, not sorry? Like, when do people usually use this?
Good question. It's usually when people want to make it clear they don't feel bad about something, either because they think what they did was justified or they don't care if someone's annoyed by it. For example, someone might say it after cutting in line or winning something everyone else wanted. It's common when people are being playfully mischievous or competitive. People use it to own their decisions with attitude, like, I did this, and if you don't like it, that's on you.
Mm. Okay, great. And can here's my next question. Can using sorry, not sorry be seen as rude or sarcastic? If it can, then why?
Definitely. It really depends on who you say it to and how you say it. If you're being genuinely playful with friends who understand your sense of humor, it might land okay. But for most people, especially in a formal setting or with someone you don't know well, it can come across as really dismissive or sarcastic, like you're not actually taking responsibility or you're being intentionally rude. It essentially signals that you don't care about someone else's feelings, which isn't the best way to build positive relationships.
Hmm. Again, that was a bit shocking. And here's an interesting one. Are
Yeah,
there
it's
similar phrases in other languages that express the same idea as sorry, not sorry?
let me see if other languages have a similar twist on this. Okay, turns out pretty much every language has something similar. In Spanish, you'd say lo siento, no lo siento. It's a direct translation. French speakers would use sans regrets or je ne regrette pas. Italian has senza rimorsi for without remorse or senza scuse for without excuses. And in Chinese, they have phrases like taibushi tuebuchi, which means this is not an apology, or haobu chen jiaote, meaning unapologetic. Korean has mianande, I'm mianeo, which is basically I'm sorry, but I'm not actually sorry. German has versions like es tut mir leid, aber es tut mir nicht leid, or ich bereue nichts, I regret nothing. Pretty universal idea, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, it's seriously, um, it's honestly kind of hilarious how a small sentence has now been adapted to a lot of languages.
It really is wild how something so simple could spread like that. From one tweet to being translated into like every language. That's pretty impressive for just a little phrase like sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
My next question is, how does tone or context change the meaning of sorry, not sorry?
Big difference, honestly. Said playfully with a wink, it's basically just teasing or acknowledging you're being a little bit of a troublemaker. But if you deliver it coldly or seriously, it can be genuinely rude and passive aggressive. The way you say it and who you're saying it to really matters. At the right moment, it's funny. In the wrong moment, it's just not a good look. It's
Mm.
totally about reading the room.
Yeah. Okay. My next question is, do you think this phrase is fading now? Like, is it not used as much as it was in the beginning?
That's actually a good question. From what I'm seeing, it's definitely cooling down. It was huge around 2017 with Taylor Swift, but since then, it feels like it's become less of a go to phrase. People use it occasionally, but there's more awareness now that it can come across badly, so maybe people are being a bit more careful. Younger generations seem to have moved onto newer phrases and memes for that same kind of attitude. I wouldn't say it's disappeared, but it's not as everywhere as it used to be for sure.
Mm, yeah. Okay. And well, those are all my questions. And if there is anything you would like to say, you can go ahead.
You hit every question you wanted. That was some really interesting digging into one little phrase. Definitely made me think about how language changes and how context is everything. Not bad for a few random words, right?
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for spending time with me and answering all my questions on my topic. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks for having me, Rayhan. Good luck with whatever topic you pick next time. Take care.
That is all for today. I hope you had a great time. Just uh, watching this AI session and learning new things about, well, internet, and just something so simple can become so big. And I'll meet you with the next AI session. Until then, Allah Hafiz.